Surat al-Baqarah, chapter the cow. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the compassionate. Alif Lam Mim. That is the book in which there is no doubt guidance for those who act piously, who believe in the unseen, observe the prayer, and of what we have provided them with, give freely, who believe in what has been sent down to thee and in what has been sent down before thy time, and of the hereafter are convinced. Such stand upon guidance from their Lord, and they are the ones who prosper. As for those who have disbelieved, it is all one whether thou hast warned them or not. They will not believe. Allah hath set a seal upon their hearts, and over their hearing and their sight is a covering. For them is in store a punishment mighty. Of the people who are some who say, we have believed in Allah on the last day, but who are not believers. They try to deceive Allah and those who have believed, but they deceive only themselves without knowing it. Their hearts are diseased, and Allah hath increased the disease for them, a painful punishment in store for the accusations of falsehood they have made. When one says to them, do not cause corruption in the land, they say, we are setting things right. Is it not they themselves who are the workers of corruption, but they do not perceive? When one says to them, believe as the people have believed, they say, shall we believe as the stupids have believed? Is it not they themselves who are the stupids, but they know not, but they do not know? The order of the verses and the parenthesis makes it difficult, but when they who meet those who have believed, they say, we have believed, but when they go apart to their satans, they say, we are on your side, we are only making fun. Allah will make fun of them and will let them go on for a while in their proud transgression, blindly wandering. These are they who have bartered the guidance for error. Their trade has not turned out profitable, and they have not been rightly guided. They are like one who has kindled a fire, and then when it had lit up the surroundings, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, unable to see, deaf, dumb, and blind. They do not return. Or it is like a downpour from the heaven, in which are darkness and thunder and lightning. They put their fingers in their ears because of the thunderclaps to guard against death. Allah encompasseth the unbelievers. The lightning almost takes away their sight. Whenever it gives them light, they walk in it, but when it become dark upon them, they stand still. If Allah so willed, He would take away their hearing and their sight. Allah hath over everything power. O ye people, serve your Lord, who created you and those who were before you. Mayhap ye will act piously, who made for you the earth a carpet and the heaven a dome, who hath sent down water from the heaven and thereby produced fruits as a provision for you. So do not set up peers to Allah when ye know better. If ye are in doubt about what we have sent down to our servant, bring forward a surah like it, and call your witness apart from Allah, if ye speak the truth. If ye do not so, and ye will not do it, then protect yourselves against the fire, of which the people and the stones are the fuel prepared for the unbelievers. To those who have believed and wrought the works of righteousness, give the good tidings that for them are gardens through which the rivers flow, from which whenever they are provided with the provision of fruit, they will say, this is what we were provided with before, for it is brought to them always alike. Therein also are pure spouses for them, and therein will they abide. Allah is not ashamed to coin an occasional simile from a gnat or a thing higher. As for those who have believed, they know that it is the truth from their Lord. As for those who have disbelieved, they say, what does Allah mean by this as a simile? Thereby he sendeth many astray and guideth many, but he doth not send astray any but the reprobate, who violate the covenant of the law after making a compact with him, and separate what Allah hath commanded to be conjoined, and cause corruption in the land. These are the losers. How will ye disbelieve in Allah, seeing that ye were dead, and he brought you to life? Then he causes you to die and brings you to life again. Then to him are ye brought back. He it is who created for you what is in the earth as a whole, and then straightened himself up to the heaven, and formed them 7 heavens. He everything doth know. Recall when thy Lord said to the angels, lo, I am going to place a vicegerent in the earth. They said, wilt thou place in it one who will work corruption and shed blood? We sing hymns in thy praise and ascribe holiness to thee. He replied, I know what ye know not. He taught Adam all the names. Then he mustered them before the angels and said, tell me the names of these if ye speak the truth. They said, glory be to thee. We have no knowledge, but what thou hast taught us. Thou art the knowing, the wise. He said, O Adam, tell them their names. Then when he had told them their names, he said, did I not say to you that I know the secret things of the heavens and the earth? I know what ye reveal and what ye have been concealing. Recall when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves. To Adam they prostrated themselves, with the exception of Iblis. He refused in his pride and became one of the unbelievers. We said, O Adam, dwell thou and thy spouse in the garden, and eat comfortably of it wherever ye please, but come not nigh unto this tree, lest ye be wrongdoers. But Satan caused them to slip from it, and to go out from the situation in which they had been. And we said, get ye down from it, enemies one to another. On the earth is a resting place for you, an enjoyment of life for a time. Then Adam chanced upon certain words from his Lord, and he relented towards him. Verily he is the relentant, the compassionate. We said, get ye down from it together, and if ever there come to you guidance from me, then whoever follows my guidance, fear will not rest upon him, nor will he grieve. But those who have disbelieved and counted our signs false, they are the people of the fire, therein abiding. O children of Israel, remember the good which I bestowed upon you, believe in what I have sent down, in confirmation of what is with you, and be not the first to disbelieve in it. Barter not my signs for a thing of little value, and to me show piety. Fulfill my covenant, and I shall fulfill your covenant. So to me give reverence. Confuse not the truth with what is vain, nor conceal the truth knowingly. Observe the prayer and pay the zakat, and bow with those who bow. Do ye urge the people to right conduct and forget yourselves? Though ye recite the book, have ye then no sense? Seek help in patience and the prayer, for it is heavy except to the humble, who think that they are going to meet their Lord, and that to him they are going to return. O children of Israel, remember the good which I bestowed upon you, and that I gave you preference over the worlds, and protect yourself against a day in which no person will give any satisfaction instead of another, nor will any intercession be accepted from him, nor any equivalent be taken, nor will they be helped. Recall when we delivered you from the family of Pharaoh, who were lying upon you, the evil of punishment, slaughtering your sons and saving your women alive, and that was a mighty trial from your Lord. When we divided the sea with you and delivered you, while we drowned the people of Pharaoh before your eyes, when we made an appointment with Moses for 40 nights, and he took as a god the calf after he had gone, being wrongdoers. Then we overlooked your offense after that, in the hope that ye might show thankfulness when we gave Moses the book and the Qur'an, in hope that ye might be guided. When Moses said to his people, O my people, ye have wronged yourselves by taking as a god the calf, so repent towards your Creator and slay each other. And that will be better for you in your Creator's eyes. Then he relented towards you. Verily, he is the relentant, the compassionate. When ye said, O Moses, we shall not believe thee until we see Allah openly. So the thunderbolt took you while still ye looked. Then we raised you up again after your death, in the hope that ye might show thankfulness. We caused the cloud to overshadow you and sent down to you the manna and the quails. Eat of the good things which we have provided you for you. They did not wrong us, but themselves they were wronging. When we said, enter this town and eat comfortably from it, wherever ye please, and enter the gate, doing obeisance, and say, Hekdah, and we shall forgive you your transgressions and increase those who do well. Then those of them who did wrong substituted a word different from that which had been said to them. So we sent down upon those who had done wrong wrath from the heaven for their reprobate conduct. When Moses sought water for his people, and we said, strike the stone with thy staff, then there gushed out from it 12 springs. All the people already knowing their drunken places, eat and drink of the provision of Allah, and do not work mischief in the land, causing corruption. When ye said, O Moses, we cannot endure one kind of food, so call upon thy Lord for us. Let him bring forth for us some of the things of the earth produces, its green herbs, its cucumbers, its corn, its lentils, and its onions. He said, do ye seek to get that which is mean in place of that which is better? Get ye down to Egypt, for ye shall have what ye have asked. Humiliation and poverty were stamped upon them, and they settled under anger from Allah. That was because they had been disbelieving in the signs of Allah and slaying the prophets unjustly. That was for the opposition and enmity they had been showing. Those who have believed, those who have Judaized, the Nasara and the Sabaean, who ever has believed in Allah and the last day, and has acted uprightly, have their reward with their Lord. Fear rests not upon them, nor do they grieve. When we took your compact and raised the mountain over you, they said, call upon thy Lord for us. Let him make clear for us what is her color. He replied, he says she is to be a dun cow of pure color, delighting those who look at her. And they said, call upon thy Lord for us. Let him make clear for us what she is, for cows to us are much alike. So if Allah will, we shall be rightly guided. He replied, he says, she is to be a cow, not broken in, to plow up the land, or to irrigate the cultivated ground, but kept sound without a blemish upon her. And they said, now thou hast brought the truth. So they sacrificed her, but they were nearly not doing it. When ye slew a person and quarreled about it, Allah bringeth to light what ye have been concealing. We said, strike him with part of it. And thus doth Allah bring the dead to life, and show you his signs. Mayhap ye will understand. Then your hearts became hard after that, and they are like stones, are even harder, for there are some stones from which rivers well up, and some have been split, so that water comes out of them. And Allah and of the book and disbelieving part. So the water comes out of them, and a law that they may buy with it some small gain. Woe to them for what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they pile up. They say the fire will not touch us except for a number of days. Say thou, have ye made a contract with the law? Who will not break his contract? Or do ye say about a law what ye do not know? Nay, those who pile up evil and whose sin encompasses them will be inmates of the fire therein to abide. But those who have believed and wrought the works of righteousness will be inmates of the garden therein to abide. I think the other ones, water comes out of them, and of the book, and disbelieve in part. Of the book and disbelieve in part. What then is the recompense of those of you who do that, but the humiliation in this nearer life, and that on the day of resurrection they will be sent back to the severest punishment? Allah is not neglectful of what you do. And yeah, that's a difficult split there. So after therein to abide, these are they who have purchased the present life at the expense of the hereafter. So the punishment will not be alleviated for them, nor will they be helped. They gave Moses the book and followed him up by the messengers after him, and we gave Jesus, the son of Mary, the evidences and aided him by the Holy Spirit. Whenever then a messenger comes to you with what ye yourselves do not like, do ye act proudly and brand some as liars, while some ye kill? They say, our hearts are uncircumcised. Curse them for their unbelief. Little will they believe. Oh, nay, Allah hath cursed them for their unbelief. Little will they believe. They used, when there came to them a book from Allah confirming what was with them, they used formally to ask for deliverances against those who have disbelieved, but when what they recognized came to them, they disbelieved in it. So the curse of Allah is upon the unbelievers, a poor price they have sold themselves for in disbelieving what Allah hath sent down, out of spite that Allah should send down part of his bounty upon whomsoever of his servants he willeth. So they have settled under anger upon anger, and for the unbelievers is a punishment humiliating. When one says to them, believe in what Allah hath sent down, they say, we believe in what has been sent down to us, but they disbelieve in anything after that, though it is the truth, confirming what is with them. Say thou, why then did ye used to kill the prophets of Allah in former times? If ye are believers, Moses came to you with the evidences, but afterwards ye chose the calf, being wrongdoers. When we made the covenant with you and raised the mountain over you, lay firm hold of what we have bestowed upon you, and hear. And they said, we hear and rebel, and they were made to drink the calf in their hearts for their unbelief. Say, that is what your belief commands you. If ye are believers, say, if the final dwelling with Allah is yours alone, to the exclusion of the people, and wish for death if ye speak the truth, but they will never wish for it because of what their hands have sent forward. Allah knoweth the wrongdoers. Thou wilt indeed find them the keenest of the people for life, keener even than the idolaters. One of them wishes that he may be kept in life for 1,000 years, but his being kept in life will not remove him from the punishment. Allah is observant of what they do. Say, whoever is an enemy to Gabriel, verily he hath brought it down upon thy heart with permission of Allah, confirming what was before it, and as a guidance and good tidings to the believers. Whoever is an enemy to Allah and his angels and his messengers and Gabriel and Michael, verily Allah is an enemy to the unbelievers. Whenever they have made a compact, does a part of them discard it? Nay, the most of them do not believe. when a messenger has come to them from Allah confirming what is with them, a part of those to whom the book has been given cast the book of law behind their backs as if they did not know, and follow what the Satans used to recite in the reign of Solomon. Solomon did not disbelieve, but the Satans disbelieved, teaching the people magic and what had been sent down to the two angels in Babel, Harut and Marut. They do not teach anyone without first saying, we are only a temptation, so do not disbelieve. So they learn from them means by which they separate man and wife, but they do not injure anyone thereby except by the permission of Allah, and they learn what injures them and does not profit, though they know that he who buys it has no share in the hereafter. A bad bargain did they make for themselves if they had known. If they had believed and acted piously, assuredly a reward from Allah would have been better if they had known. 97 to 103. Starts with what they have as 91 here. Oh, you who have believed, do not say Ra'inna, but say Unzarna, and hearken, for unbelievers is in store punishment painful. Those who have disbelieved of the people of the book and of the idolaters do not like that anything good should be sent down to you from your Lord, but Allah singleth out with his mercy whomsoever he pleaseth. Allah is wielder of mighty bounty. For whatsoever verse we cancel or cause the messenger to forget, we bring a better or the like. Does not one know that Allah over everything hath power? Does not one know that to Allah belongs the realm of the heavens and the earth, and that for you apart from him it is neither protector nor helper? Nor do ye intend to question your messenger as Moses was questioned aforetime. He who exchanges belief for unbelief has strayed aside from the way. Many of the people of the book would like if they might render you unbelievers again after your having believed, because of envy on their part, after the truth has become clearer to them. So overlook and pay no attention until Allah interveneth with his affair. Verily Allah over everything hath power. Observe the prayer and pay the zakat. Whatever good ye send forward for yourselves, ye shall find with Allah. Verily Allah of what ye do is observant. They say, no one but those who are Jews or Christians will enter the garden, and that is what they take on trust. Say thou, produce your proof, if ye speak the truth. Nay, whoever surrenders himself to Allah, being a well-doer, has his reward with his Lord. Fear rests not upon him, nor does he grieve. The Jews say the Christians have no ground to stand on, and the Christians say the Jews have no ground to stand on. And this, though they both recite the book, so also those who have no knowledge say much the same. Allah will judge between them on the day of resurrection in regard to that in which they have been differing. But who does greater wrong than those who bar the places of Allah's worship from having the name of Allah remembered in them, and who strive to destroy them? It was not for them to enter them, but in fear for them in store humiliation in this life, and in the hereafter a mighty punishment. To Allah belong the east and the west. Whichever way ye turn, the face of Allah is there. Verily Allah is unrestricted knowing. They say Allah hath taken offspring to himself. Glory be to him, nay, to him belongs what is in the heavens and the earth, obeying him each one, the originator of the heavens and the earth. When he decides upon a thing, he simply says, be, and it is. Those who have no knowledge say, why does not Allah speak to us, or a sign come to us? So said those who were before them. Their hearts are much alike. We have made clear the signs to a people who are convinced. Verily, we have sent thee with the truth as a bringer of good tidings and a warner. Thou wilt not be questioned about those who go to the hot place. Neither the Jews nor the Christians will be satisfied with thee until thou followest their creed. Say the guidance of Allah is the guidance, If thou followest their desires after the knowledge which has come to thee, there will be for thee from Allah neither protector nor helper. Those to whom we have given the book and who recite it as it should be recited, they believe in it. Those who disbelieve in it, they are the losers. O children of Israel, remember the good which I bestowed upon you, and that I gave you preference over the worlds, and protect yourselves against the day on which no person will give any satisfaction instead of another, nor will an equivalent be accepted from him, nor will intercession avail him, nor will they be helped. Recall when Abraham was tried by his Lord with certain words and fulfilled them, he said, "See, I'm going to make thee an example to the people," he replied, "and some of my posterity also," he said. "My covenant will not extend to the wrongdoers. When we appointed the house to be a place of resort and a security for the people, and take for yourselves the station of Abraham as a place of prayer, and we covenanted with Abraham and Ishmael, purify my house for those who circle around it, and for those who cleave to it, and for those who bow and prostrate themselves. When Abraham said, O my Lord, make this land secure and provide its people with fruits, whosoever of them believes in the law on the last day, he replied, and whosoever disbelieves, I shall give enjoyment of life for a little, and shall then drive to the punishment of the fire a bad place to go. When Abraham raised the foundations of the house along with Ishmael, O our Lord, accept it from us. Thou art the hearer, the knower. O our Lord, make us to be submissive to thee, and of our posterity a community submissive towards thee, and show us our rights, and relent towards us. Thou art the relentant, the compassionate. O our Lord, raise up also amongst them a messenger, one of themselves, to recite to them thy signs, and to teach them the book and the wisdom, and to purify them by almsgiving. Verily thou art the sublime, the wise. They say, be ye Jews or Christians, and ye will be guided. Say thou, nay, the creed of Abraham, who was a Hanif, but was not one of the idolaters, who is averse to the creed of Abraham, but him who is essentially stupid. We surely have chosen him in this world, and in the hereafter he is among the upright. When his Lord said to him, surrender thyself, he said, I have surrendered myself to the Lord of the worlds. Abraham charged his sons therewith, and Jacob also, O my sons, Allah hath chosen the religion for you, so die not without becoming submissive. Say ye, we have believed in Allah and what has been sent down to us, and what has been sent down to Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob and the patriarchs, and what has been given to Moses and Jesus, and what has been given to the prophets from their Lord, making no distinctions between any of them. And to him are we submissive. So if they believe in something like what ye believe in, they have been guided. But if they turn away, it is they who are in schism. Allah will attend to them for thee. He is the one who hears and knows. The Sabor of Allah, and in the Sabor, who is better than Allah, him are we going to serve. Say thou, do ye dispute with us in regard to Allah, though he is our Lord as well as yours? We have our works, and ye have yours, and we make religion entirely his. Or do ye say Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob and the patriarchs were Jews or Christians? Say thou, do ye, our Allah know best? Who does greater wrong than he who conceals the testimony from Allah which is with him? Allah is not neglectful of what ye have been doing, and that is a community which has passed away to it what it has earned, and to you what ye have earned. Ye will not be asked about what they used to do. Or were ye witnesses when the death drew nigh to Jacob, when he said to his sons, what will ye serve after I am gone? They said, we shall serve thy God, the God of thy fathers, Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac one God, and we to him are submissive. That is a community which has passed away to it what it has earned, and to you what ye have earned. Ye will not be asked about what they used to do. Pass away. The stupids among the people will say, what has turned them from the Qibla, which they have been observing? Say thou to Allah belongs the east and the west. He guideth whom he willeth to a straight path. Thus have we made you to a community in the middle, that ye may be witnesses in regard to the people, and the messenger be in regard to you as a witness. We appointed the Qibla, which thou hast been observing, only that we might know those who would follow the messenger from those who would turn on their heels, though it was a big thing except to those whom Allah guided, but Allah was not one to let your faith go lost. Verily Allah is with the people, gentle and compassionate. We see thee turning thy face about in the heaven, so we shall put thee in possession of a Qibla that will satisfy thee. Turn thy face in the direction of the sacred mosque, and wherever you are, turn your faces in its direction. Those to whom the book has been given know that it is the truth from their Lord, and Allah is not neglectful of what they do. If thou bringest those who have been given the book every sign, they will not follow their Qibla. Thou art not a follower of their Qibla, nor are they followers of each other's Qibla. If thou followest their desires after the knowledge which has come to thee, thou wilt in that case assuredly be among the wrongdoers. Those to whom we have given the book recognize it as they recognize their own sons, but a party of them conceal the truth knowingly. The truth is from thy Lord, so be not thou of those who doubt. Each has a direction to which he turns, so strive to be foremost in good deeds. Wherever ye may be, Allah will bring you all together. Verily Allah over everything hath power. As thou hast gone forth, turn thy face in the direction of the sacred mosque. Verily it is the truth from thy Lord, and Allah is not neglectful of what ye do. The sacred. As thou hast gone forth, turn thy face in the direction of the sacred mosque, and wherever you are, turn your faces in its direction, in order that the people may have no argument against you, except those of them who have done wrong. Fear them not, but fear ye me, and in order that I may perfect my favor upon you, and mayhap ye will be guided. Accordingly, as we have sent among you a messenger, one of yourselves, to recite to you our signs, and to purify you by almsgiving, and to teach you the book and the wisdom, and to teach you what ye did not used to know. So remember ye me, and I shall remember you. Show thankfulness to me, and do not act ungratefully towards me. O ye who have believed, seek help and patience and the prayer. Verily Allah is with those who patiently endure. Say not of those who may be killed in the way of Allah, dead. Nay, they are alive, only they are not aware. We shall surely try you with some experience of fear and hunger, and Safa and Marwa are amongst the manifestations of Allah. So if anyone performs the pilgrimage to the house or the Umrah, it is no fault in him that he makes gap after 53 and 150. 156. Okay. Those who have disbelieved and died as unbelievers, upon them is the curse of law, and the angels and the people as a whole, under it will they abide, with no lightening of the punishment and without respite. Your God is one God, there is no God but He, the merciful, the compassionate. Surely in the creation of the heavens and the earth, the alteration of night, of day and night, the ship which runs upon the sea, with what is of use to the people, the water which Allah hath sent down from the heaven, whereby He hath restored the earth after it had become dead, and hath spread abroad in it all kinds of animal, in the change of okay, it seems to cut off. If those who have done wrong might but see the day when they will see the punishment, and that the power belongs to Allah entirely, and that Allah is severe in punishment. When those who have been followed renounce those that have followed them, and they see the punishment, and cut off from them are all resources, and those who have followed say, if only we might have another turn, so that we O ye people, eat what is in the earth as lawful and good, and follow not the footsteps of Satan, for he is to you a manifest enemy. He only urges you to evil and unseemliness, and to say about Allah what ye do not know. When one says to them, follow what Allah hath sent down, they say, nay, we will follow what we found our fathers doing, even though their fathers were utterly without understanding and were not rightly guided. Those who have disbelieved, it is like one calling to animals, which hear nothing but a calling and a shouting. Deaf, dumb, blind, they will not understand. O ye people, eat of the good things which we have provided for you, and show gratitude to Allah. If it is He whom ye serve, He hath only forbidden you what is found dead, blood, the flesh of swine, and that over which any other name than that of Allah has been invoked. But if anyone is compelled without his own desire or deliberate transgression, no guilt rests upon him. Verily Allah is forgiving and compassionate. Those who conceal what of the book Allah hath sent down, and purchase thereby a small gain, such eat nothing but fire in their bellies. Allah will not speak to them on the day of resurrection, nor will He purify them. For them is a painful punishment. Such are those who purchase error at the expense of guidance, and punishment at the expense of forgiveness. How patient must they be of the fire? That is because Allah hath sent down the book with the truth, and those who disagree in regard to the book are widely in schism. It is not virtuous conduct that ye should turn your faces towards the east or west, but virtuous conduct is that of those who have believed in Allah on the last day, and the angels, and the book, and the prophets, and who, though they love their wealth, bestow it upon relatives and orphans and the poor, upon the follower of the way and the beggars, and for the ransoming of captives, and observe the prayer and pay the zakat, and those who fulfill their covenant when they have entered into one, who endure steadfastly under adversity and hardship, and at the time of attack. These are the ones who have spoken truth. They are the ones who show piety. O ye who have believed, retaliation in the matter of the slain is prescribed for you, the free for the free, and the slave for the slave, the female for the female. So if anyone is forgiven anything by his brother, let him follow it with what is reputable, and pay with kindness. That is an alleviation and a mercy from your Lord. So if anyone provokes hostility after that, for him is a painful punishment. In retaliation is life for you. O ye of insight, mayhap ye will show piety, prescribed for you when death draws nigh to one of you, and he has goods to leave, is the making of a testamentary declaration in favor of parents and relatives, reputably, a duty resting upon those who show piety. Then if any alter it, after having heard it, the guilt of it rests upon those who alter it. Verily a law is one who hears and knows, but if anyone fears injustice or guilt on the part of the testator, and adjust the matter between the parties, no guilt rests upon him. Verily a law is forgiving, compassionate. O ye who have believed, fasting is prescribed for you, as it was for those before you. Mayhap ye will show piety a certain number of days, but if any of you be sick or on a journey, then a number of other days, those who are in a position to fast may redeem the duty by feeding a poor man. But if one does good voluntarily, it is better for him, and it is better for you to fast if ye have knowledge. The month of Ramadan, in which the Qur'an was sent down as guidance for the people and as evidence is of the guidance and Furqan. So whoever of you is at home during the month of Ramadan, let him fast in it. But if anyone is sick or on a journey, let him fast a number of other days. Allah wishes to make it easy for you and does not wish to make it difficult for you. And it is in order that ye may complete the full number of days and that ye may magnify God for the guidance he hath given you. Mayhap ye will show thankfulness. When my servants ask thee about me, lo, I am near to answer the call of the caller when he calls upon me. So let them respond to me and believe in me. Mayhap they will go straight. It is allowable for you on the night of the fast to go into your wives. They are a comfort to you, and you to them. Allah knoweth that ye have been defrauding yourselves, and hath relented towards you and forgiven you. So now lie with them and seek what Allah hath prescribed for you, and eat and drink until so much of the dawn appears that a white thread may be distinguished from a black. Then keep the fast completely until night, and lie not with them when ye should be closely present in the mosques. These are the limits which Allah hath set, so keep well within them. Thus doth Allah make clear his signs to the people. Mayhap they will show piety. Do not they look for the judges that they may consume not your property amongst you in vanity, and do not dangle it before the judges, that ye may in guilt consume a part of the wealth of the people. Knowingly they will ask thee about the new moons. Say, they are fixed times for the people and the pilgrimage. Virtuous conduct does not consist in coming to your houses from the back of them, but virtuous conduct is that of him who shows piety. So enter your houses by the doors and show piety towards Allah. Mayhap ye will prosper. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you, but do not provoke hostility. Verily Allah loveth not those who provoke hostility. Slay them wherever ye come upon them, and expel them from whence they have expelled you. Persecution is worse than slaughter. Do not fight them, however, in the precincts of the sacred mosque until they fight you therein. But if they fight you, slay them. Such is the recompense of the unbelievers. Fight them. But if until there is, they refrain, no persecution, if they refrain from fighting, they refrain, no persecution, and religion becomes Allah's. Then if they refrain, let there be no enmity except against the wrongdoers from fighting. Then Allah is forgiving, compassionate. The sacred month, for the sacred month, things sacred to being subject to the law of retaliation. So if any make an attack upon you, make a like attack upon them. Show piety towards the law, and know that Allah is with those who show piety. Contribute in the way of Allah, hand not yourselves over to destruction, but do well, Allah loveth those who do well. Fulfill the pilgrimage and the Umrah unto Allah. But if ye are prevented, then send such gift as may be convenient, and shave not your heads until the gift has reached its place. If any one of you is sick or suffering from an injury to the head, then a compensation by way of fasting or almsgiving or pious observance when ye are in security. If anyone makes use of the time from the Umrah to the pilgrimage, then such gift as may be convenient, or if ye find no gift, a fast of 3 days during the pilgrimage, and 7 when ye return, that is 10 altogether. That applies to those whose families are not present at the sacred mosque, and show piety towards the law, and know that Allah is severe in punishment. The pilgrimage falls in certain specific months, so if anyone undertakes the pilgrimage in them as a duty, let there be no sexual commerce, no vice, and no wrangling during the pilgrimage. The good ye do, Allah knoweth. Take provision for the journey, but the best provision is piety. Show piety towards me, O ye of insight. It is no fault in you that ye seek bounty from your Lord. So when ye pour out from Arafat, remember Allah, the sacred monument. Remember him as he has guided you, though formerly ye were of those who go astray. Then pour out from where the people have poured out, and ask pardon of Allah. Allah is forgiving, compassionate. So when ye have performed your rites, remember laws, ye remember your fathers, or even more intensely among the people are some who say, O our Lord, bestow upon us wealth in this world, but who have no portion in the hereafter. And among them are some who say, O our Lord, bestow upon us good in this world and good in the hereafter, and protect us from the punishment of the fire. For them is a share of what they have earned, and Allah is quick at reckoning. And remember Allah during a certain number of days. If anyone hasten it over in 2 days, there's no guilt upon him if he delay longer. There is no guilt upon him. At any rate, if he act piously, show piety towards Allah, and know that to him he will be gathered. Among the people are some whose speech about this present life one might admire, and who call Allah to witness as to what is in their heart, though they are the most persistent wranglers, and when they turn away, they run about in the land to cause corruption therein, and to destroy the tillage and the stock. Allah loveth not the causing of corruption. When one says to them, show piety towards the law, they are proud of the guilt. Gehenna is what they have to reckon on, a bad bed indeed. But among the people are some who sell themselves for the desire of the satisfaction of Allah, and Allah is kindly with his servants. O ye who have believed, enter into the bond of peace altogether, and follow not the footsteps of Satan. Verily he is to you a manifest enemy. Then if ye slip after the evidence have come to you, know that Allah is sublime, wise. What prospect have they but that Allah will come to them in the shadow of the clouds with the angels? The affair is decided, and to Allah return all affairs. Ask thou the children of Israel, how many a clear sign we have brought them. If any one alter the goodness of Allah after it has come to them, Allah is severe in punishment. But this present life is made to seem fair to those who have disbelieved, and they scoff at those who have believed. But those who have showed piety will be above them on the day of resurrection. Allah provides for whom he willeth without accounting. The people were one community, then Allah raised up the prophets as bringers of good tidings and warners, and with them he sent down the book with the truth to judge amongst the people regarding that in which they had deferred. It was only those to whom it had been given who differed in regard to it after evidences had come to them. because of jealousy among themselves. Then Allah guided those who have believed to the truth concerning which they have differed. By his permission, Allah guideth whom he willeth to a straight path. Or did ye think that ye would enter the garden before there had come to you the like of what came to those who have passed away before you? They suffered affliction and distress, and were so tossed about that the messenger and those who had believed with him said, when cometh the help of Allah? Is not the help of Allah near? They will ask thee for what they should contribute. Say, the good ye have contributed is for the parents, relatives, orphans, the poor, and the follower of the way. Whatever good ye do, Allah knoweth. Fighting is prescribed for you, though it is distasteful to you. Possibly ye may dislike a thing, though it is good for you, and possibly ye may love a thing, though it is bad for you. Allah knoweth, though ye do not know. They will ask thee about the sacred month, fighting therein. Say, fighting therein is serious, but debarring people from the way of Allah and unbelief in him, and from the sacred mosque, and expelling its people from it, is in Allah's sight more serious still. Persecution is more serious than killing, nor will they cease to fight you until they turn you from your religion, if they are able. But if any of you turn back from their religion and die as unbelievers, these are people whose works come to naught, both in this world and the hereafter. These are inmates of the fire, therein abiding. Verily, those who have believed and those who have immigrated and striven in the way of Allah have hope of the mercy of Allah. Allah is forgiving, compassionate. They will ask thee about wine and maysar. Say, in both of them there is great guilt and also uses for the people, but their guilt is greater than their usefulness. They will ask thee what they should contribute. Say, what ye can spare. Thus does Allah make clear the signs for you. Mayhap ye will take thought. In this world and the hereafter, they will ask about the orphans. Say, to set right their affairs is good. If ye intermit with them, then remember they your brethren. Allah knoweth him who corrupts from him who sets right. If Allah so willed, he might harass you. Allah is sublime, wise. Do not marry idolatresses until they believe. A believing handmaid is better than an idolatress, even though ye admire her. And do not marry idolaters until they believe. A believing slave is better than an idolater, even though ye admire him. These summoned to the fire, but Allah summons to the garden, and forgiveness by his permission. He maketh clear his signs to the people. Mayhap they will be reminded. They will ask thee about menstruation. Say, it is harmful, so withdraw from women in menstruation, and come not near them until they are clean. But when they have purified themselves, come to them as Allah hath commanded you. Verily Allah loveth those who continually in penitence, and loveth those who keep themselves pure. Your women are to you as cultivated land. Come then to your cultivated land as you wish, but send forward something for yourselves, and act piously towards Allah, and know that ye are going to meet him. Give thou good tidings to the unbelievers. Give thou good tidings to the believers. Do not, on account of your oaths, make Allah an obstacle in your calling. In your acting virtuously and piously, and setting things right amongst the people. Allah hears and knows. Allah will not take you to task for vain words in your oaths, but he will take you to task for what your hearts have amassed. Allah is forgiving, gracious. For those who swear off from their women, let there be a waiting period of 4 months. If they return, Allah is forgiving, compassionate. But if they resolve upon divorce, then verily Allah hears and knows. Divorced women wait by themselves 3 courses, nor is it permissible for them to conceal what Allah hath created in their wombs. If they have believed in Allah on the last day, their husbands have the best right to restore them within that period. If they wish to set things right and in reputable dealing, they have the same right as is exercised over them. Though the men have a rank above them, Allah is sublime, wise. Divorce may take place twice, with the option of retaining them reputably or sending them away with kindness. It is not permissible for you to take anything of what ye have given them, unless the 2 of them fear that they will not be able to maintain the limits set by Allah. If ye fear that they will not maintain the limits set by Allah, then no fault will rest upon them in regard to that by which she may redeem herself. These are the limits set by Allah, so transgress them not. If anyone transgress the limits set by Allah, they are wrongdoers. If he divorce her, she is not afterwards permissible for him to marry until she marries another husband. Then if he divorce her, it will be no fault upon them that they return to each other if they think they can maintain the bounds set by Allah. These are the bounds set by Allah. He makes them clear to a people who have knowledge. When ye divorce women and they reach the end of the prescribed period, retain them reputably or send them away reputably. Do not retain them by compulsion, that ye may transgress. If one does that, he has injured himself. Do not make mock of the signs of Allah, but remember the goodness which Allah hath shown you, and how much of the book and the wisdom he hath sent down to you to admonish you thereby. Act piously towards Allah, and know that Allah everything doth know. When ye divorce women, and they reach the end of their prescribed period, do not vex them because they marry their spouses when they make an agreement together reputably. That is an admonition to whomsoever you believes in Allah on the last day, that is more innocent and pure for you. Allah knoweth, though ye know not. Those who bear children and suckle the children 2 full years, for whomsoever wishes the period of suckling to be complete, it is the duty of him to whom the child is born to provide reputably for their food and clothing. No one is to be charged beyond his means. The mother is not to be oppressed by her child, nor he to whom the child is born by his child. The like duty rests upon the heir. But if the 2 by mutual agreement and consultation desire weaning earlier, there is no fault upon them. And if ye desire to seek nursing for your children, there is no fault upon you. When ye hand over what ye have given reputably, act piously towards the law, and know that of what ye do, Allah is observant. Those of you who die and leave spouses, let them wait by themselves 4 months and 10 days. Then when they reach the end of the prescribed period, there is no fault upon you for what they reputably do with themselves. Allah of what ye do is aware. There is no fault upon you in regard to any of the proposals of marriage offered to the women, or any intentions concealed in your hearts. Allah knows that ye will think of them, but do not pledge them secretly, but only if ye make an honorable proposal, and do not resolve upon the marriage tie until the book has reached its term. Know that Allah knoweth what is in your minds. Beware of him, and know that Allah is forgiving, gracious. There is no fault upon you if ye divorce women while as yet ye have not touched them, nor settled any marriage portion upon them, but provide for them he who has ample means according to his means, and he who is in straitened circumstances according to his means, a reputable provision, a duty upon those who do well. If ye divorce them before ye have touched them, but have settled the marriage portion upon them, then give them the half of what ye have settled upon them, unless they make some remission, or he in whose hand the bond of marriage is make some remission, that they should make some remission is nearer to piety, but do not forget generosity among you. Verily Allah, what ye do is observant. Remember the prayers and the middle prayer included, and stand in worship to Allah reverently. If ye fear danger, pray either on foot or mounted. Then when ye are in security, remember Allah according as he hath taught you, what ye did not used to know. Let those of you who die and leave spouses make a bequest to their spouses, maintaining for a year without their having to go out from their houses. But if they go out voluntarily, there is no fault upon you in regard to any reputable disposal of themselves. They may make Allah's sublime wise. Women who are divorced have a right to reputable maintenance, a duty upon those who act piously. Thus doth Allah make clear to you his signs. Mayhap ye will understand. Hast thou not considered those who went forth from their dwellings in thousands in fear of death? Allah said to them, die, but afterwards brought them to life. Verily Allah is bounteous to the people, but most of the people do not show gratitude. Fight in the way of Allah, and know that Allah is one who hears and knows. Who is there who will lend to Allah a good loan, and he will double it for him many times? Allah holds tight, but is open-handed to him will ye be brought back at last. Hast thou not considered the assembly of the children of Israel after the time of Moses? They said to one of their prophets, raise up for us a king, and we shall fight in the way of Allah. He said, is it possible that if fighting be prescribed for you, ye will not fight? They said, why should we not fight in the way of Allah, seeing we have been expelled from our dwellings and from our children? But when fighting was prescribed for them, they turned away except a few of them. Allah knoweth the wrongdoers. Their prophet said to them, see, Allah hath raised up for you Talut as a king. They said, how should he have the kingship over us, seeing we are more entitled to the kingship than he, and no abundance of wealth has been given him? He replied, Allah hath chosen him to be over you, and hath increased him amply in knowledge and stature. Allah bestoweth his kingly power upon whom he willeth. Allah is unrestricted, knowing. Their prophet said to them, the sign of his kingship will be that the ark will come to you containing a sakina from your Lord, and a relic of what was left by the family of Moses and the family of Aaron, and the angels will bear it. Surely in that is a sign for you, if ye are believers. Then when Talut set out with the forces, he said, Allah is going to test you by means of a river. He who drinks of it is not my party, but he who does not taste of it is of my party, except that one may scoop up a little with the hand. They so drank of it, except a few. When he and those who believed with him had passed over it, they said, we are not strong enough today for Jalut and his forces. But those who thought that they were destined to meet Allah said, how many a small band has, by the permission of Allah, conquered a numerous band? Allah is with those who patiently endure. So when they went forth to battle with Jalut and his forces, they said, O our Lord, pour out upon us patient endurance, make firm our feet, and help us against the people of unbelievers. So by the permission of Allah, they routed them, and David killed Jalut, and Allah gave him the kingship and the wisdom, and taught him of whatever he would. Now if Allah had not beaten off one set of the people by means of others, the land would have gone corrupt, but Allah is bounteous to the worlds. These are the signs of Allah which we recite to thee in truth, and thou art verily one of those who are sent. To some of these messengers we gave preeminence over others. Among them are some to whom Allah spoke, and he raised some of them in rank. We gave Jesus, son of Mary, the evidences and supported him by the Holy Spirit. Had Allah so willed, those who came after them would not have quarreled after the evidence had come to them, but they differed. Some of them believed and some of them had disbelieved, though if Allah had so willed, they would not have quarreled, but Allah doth what he wisheth. O ye who have believed, contribute from that with which we have provided you from you before there comes a day in which there will be neither bargain nor friendship nor intercession. The unbelievers are the wrongdoers. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the eternal. Slumber affects Him not, nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. Who is there that will intercede before Him except by His permission? He knoweth what is before them and what is behind them, and they comprehend not anything of His knowledge. But what He willeth, His throne extendeth over the heavens and the earth. To guard them wearieth Him not. He is the exalted, the mighty. There is no compulsion in religion. Rectitude has become clearly distinguished from perversity. So whoever disbelieves in Tagut and believes in Allah has laid hold upon the firmest hand grip, which never gives way. Allah is one who hears and knows. Allah is the patron of those who have believed, who bringeth them out of the darknesses into the light. But of those who have disbelieved, the patrons are Tagut, who bring them out of the light into the darknesses, and they are the mates of the fire therein to abide. Hast thou not considered him who disputed with Abraham concerning his Lord, alleging that Allah had given him the kingship? Abraham said, My Lord is he who giveth life and causeth death. He said, I give life and cause death. Abraham said, Well, then Allah bringeth the sun from the east, bringeth thou it from the west. Then he who had disbelieved was taken aback. Allah guideth not the people of wrongdoers. Are like him who passeth by a city which had fallen in ruins. He said, How will Allah bring this to life now that it is dead? So Allah caused him to die for 100 years, and then raised him up again, and said, How many years hast thou remained dead? He said, I have remained for a day or part of a day. He said, Nay, thou hast remained for 100 years. Look at thy food and drink. It has not become stale, and look at thy donkey, in order that we may make thee a sign to the people. And look at the bones. We shall make them stand up and clothe them with flesh. So when it became clear to him, he said, I know that Allah over all things hath power. Recall when Abraham said, O my Lord, show me how thou givest life to the dead. He said, Hast thou not believed? He replied, Oh yes, but that my heart may be at peace. He said, Then take forward the birds and incline them to thyself, then place on each hill a part of them and call them. They will come to thee running. Know that Allah is sublime, wise. Those who contribute their wealth in the way of Allah are like a grain which produces 7 ears, in each of which There are 100 grains, Allah giveth double to whom he willeth. Allah's unrestricted knowing. Those who contribute their wealth in the way of Allah and do not follow up what they have contributed with obligation and insult have the reward with their Lord. Fear rests not upon them, nor do they grieve. Reputable speech and forgiveness are better than alms followed by insult. Allah is rich, gracious. O ye who have believed, do not make your alms of no effect by obligation and insult. Like him who contributes what he has for the sake of appearances before the people without believing in Allah. And the last day he may be compared to a smooth rock with earth upon it. A heavy rain falls upon it and leaves it bare. They have no power over anything that they may have amassed, and Allah doth not guide the people of unbelievers, but those who contribute their wealth out of desire to please Allah, and as a support from themselves, may be compared to a garden on a fruitful hill. A heavy rain falls upon it, and it then renders its produce in double measure, and if no heavy rain falls upon it, there is dew. Allah of what ye do is observant. Would any one of you like to have a garden of palm trees and vines with rivers running through it and containing all kinds of fruit? Old age has come upon him, and he has an offspring of weaklings. Then a whirlwind with fire strikes it, and it is burnt up. Thus does Allah make clear the signs for you. Mayhap ye will take thought. O ye who have believed, contribute of the good things which ye have acquired, and of that which we have produced for you from the earth, and do not design what is corrupt thereof for contributing, seeing that ye would not be the ones to take it except by winking the eye at it. Know that Allah is rich, praiseworthy. Satan promises you poverty and urges you to indecency, but Allah promises you forgiveness from himself and bounty. He giveth the wisdom to whomsoever he willeth. He to whom the wisdom has been given manifold good, but none are reminded except those of insight. Allah is wide in bounty, knowing. Whatever contribution ye make, and whatever vow ye vow, Allah knoweth it, and the wrongdoers have not a helper. If ye give alms publicly, it is well, but if ye conceal it and give it to the poor, it is better for you. Thou and it will wipe away from you some of your evil deeds. Allah is well aware of what ye do. Thou art not responsible for their guidance, but Allah guideth whom he willeth. The good which ye contribute is for your own advantage, though ye contribute only from desire of the countenance of Allah. Whatever good ye contribute will be repaid you in full without your being wronged. Those who contribute their wealth by night or by day, secretly or openly, have their reward with their Lord. Fear rests not upon them, nor do they grieve. The good which ye contribute is for the poor, who have been restricted in the way of Allah, and are therefore unable to knock about in the land, and the ignorant think them rich because of their self-restraint, but when they recognize them by their mark, they act not importunately of the people. Whatever good ye contribute, Allah knows it. Those who consume usury will not touch, except as he arises, whom Satan is overthrown by the touch. Allah blotteth out usury and causeth alms to bear interest. Allah loveth not any infidel, guilty. those who have believed and wrought works of righteousness, observe the prayer and paid the zakat, have the reward with their Lord. Fear rests not upon them, nor do they grieve. O ye who believed, show piety towards the law, and abandon the usury which remains, if ye are believers. If ye do it not, be apprised of war from Allah and his messenger, but if ye repent, ye retain your capital, no wrongdoing, no wrong being done on either side, but if ye be in difficulties, grant indulgence until easier times, and that give it as alms is better for you if ye knew. Protect yourselves against a day which ye will be brought back to Allah, and then everyone will be paid in full of what he has amassed without being wronged. For that, whatever contributions ye make, and whatever vow ye vow, Allah knoweth it, and the wrongdoers have not a helper. If he gives alms publicly, it is well, but if you conceal and give it to the poor, it is better for you. It will wipe away some of your evil deeds. Allah is well aware of what you do. The good of which you contribute is good for the poor who have been restricted in the way of law and are therefore unable to knock about in the land. The ignorant think them rich because of their self-restraint, but one may recognize them by their mark, and they act not importunately of the people. Whatever good ye contribute, Allah knows of it. That is further having said, bargaining is just like the same as usury, though Allah hath permitted bargaining and forbidden usury. Now he to whom there comes an admonition from his Lord, and he desists, retains what is past and his affairs in the hands of Allah. But if he repeats the offense, such are the inmates of the fire therein to abide. O ye who have believed, when ye contract a debt, one to the other, for a stated term, write it down. Let someone who is able to write it down justly between you, and let not anyone who is able to write refuse to do so, according as Allah hath taught him. Let him write, and let the one who owes the debt dictate, and let him show piety towards Allah his Lord, and not diminish aught thereof. If he who owes the debt be stupid, or in weak health, or be not able to dictate himself, then let his patron dictate with fairness. Call in 2 of your men as witnesses, or if there be not 2 men, then a man and 2 women, of such as ye agree upon from among those present, so that if one of them go astray, the other remind her, and let not the witnesses refuse, whensoever they may be called upon. Disdain not to write it down, be it small or great, stating the term up to which it holds, that is more equitable in the sight of Allah, more definite for order with the Lord. Fear rests not upon them, nor do they grieve. Wait, what? To Allah belongeth what is in the heavens and the earth, and what is to Allah belongeth what is in the heavens and what is in the earth. Whether ye reveal what is within you or conceal it, Allah will reckon with you for it, and will forgive whom he willeth, and punish whom he willeth. Allah over everything hath power. And okay, some is missing there. The order is kind, the last couple verses are missing. And the mix again, well, as the chapters get smaller, we're going to run into that issue less.